Lines, first of all, we have 4 different types. This line increases from left to right. This has a positive slope. This one decreases from left to right, so it has a negative slope. This one is the easiest to walk on, so obviously the slope is 0. And this one has no slope. We like to write or say undefined. No slope. A vertical line has no slope. So this is horizontal, and this is vertical. No slope. We like to say undefined. And then we know, we already reviewed this some time ago, the slope is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, rise over run. And we also know we have 2 equations of the line, y equals mx plus b, and we have y minus y1 equals the slope times x minus x1. This is for any point. This is specifically when we are given 0, a number, which is the y-intercept. I know I saw that you were taught like that in the high school. That's fine. I don't disagree with the method, but it's a waste of time. So if you're not given 0, b, use this. There is no need to go around and find the y-intercept and the x-intercept and yada, yada. It's up to you. I accept the method. It's fine. It's acceptable. No problem there. There is no need. You have this, which is so much easier. Okay, the other thing I would like to review is perpendicular and parallel lines. So here there are 4 90-degree angles. So perpendicular. And of course parallel. Anyone remembers the relationship between the slopes of 2 lines that are parallel, first of all?
Parallel has the same.
Excellent. So if this slope has slope m, if this line has slope m1 and this line has slope m2, they have to be the same. Good. Anyone remembers for perpendicular?
Are they opposite?
No. Opposite will be
right?
will be 2 and -2. These are opposites.
I thought it was like opposite reciprocal or something like
yes. Better. So if this is slope m1 and this is slope m2, it's easier to memorize it as m1 times m2 equals -1. Same thing if you say m1 equals the negative multiplicative inverse of m2. So much easier to say cross multiply m1 times m2 equals -1. That's pretty much all I had to say about this section. So let's just review with some problems and maybe look at some more problems. Not maybe, for sure. Okay, I'm going to share my screen. Okay. Okay, where is it? Gee, they have a lot to say about this, which is fine. Okay. So I think we already graphed any of this. If you want to graph again, we can. We can choose 2 ordered pairs, anything you would like, so we can determine the equation of the line. So I think we covered this last time, finding the x and y intercepts. Please do not solve for y. There is no need. It's just a waste of time, an extra step that is not necessary. I accept it, of course, it's fine, but you're wasting time. So let's choose 2 ordered pairs and find the equation of the line, the slope and the equation of the line. So let me choose some fractions, if that's okay with you. And let's say 45. You always feel free to choose. So this is 45 on page 44. If you prefer a different one, always tell me. And we'll choose another one. And negative 1/3. Okay. So we have the slope. The first thing I do, I will label them. x1, y1, x2, y2. You can do that mentally. If you don't want to write it down, it's fine too. But just make sure that you're using y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, not the other way around. It's rise, which is difference in y, over position, or run, which is difference in x. Okay. So now can anyone dictate this?
-1. Oh, go ahead.
You go ahead.
Okay. It's -1/3 plus.
Awesome, brilliant. Okay, good. 1/2 over.
Yep. 2 minus 3 over 2.
Excellent. So be very careful. y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. We changed the sign in front because it was minus from the formula, and this is a negative number. These two changed into positive. Good. The next step, we have to find the least common denominator in the numerator and the least common denominator in the denominator. So what is the least common denominator of these two?
6.
It's 6. Good. So now 3 was multiplied by what?
2.
2. 2 was multiplied by what?
3.
Yes. So -1 times 2 and +1 times 3. This is 2 over 1. Least common denominator in the denominator.
2.
Excellent. 1 was multiplied by what to get 2?
2.
I have to do the same thing. 2 was multiplied by what?
1.
1. I don't have to write it. So 2 times 2 is 4, minus 3 times 1, which is -3. Now back. -2 plus 3 is 1. So I copy the fraction from the top, and I multiply by the multiplicative inverse of the denominator. 4 minus 3 is 1. I am allowed to simplify. 2 and 6 have a common factor. I divide by 2, and I divide by 2. What do I get?
3. 1/3.
Very good. So the slope is 1/3. And now we're also asked to find the equation of the line. They may not ask us, but I'm adding that in here. So which point would you like to use? Because I am going to use y minus y1 equals the slope times x minus x1, in which the slope was already determined. But now we have to pick a point. You either want to pick this one because it has only one fraction, or you pick this one because, oh, well, doesn't matter. They have the same denominator. It's up to you. You want to pick 0.1 or 0.2. It doesn't matter because we used both to find the slope. So
0.2.
0.2. So x2, y2. Okay? So I put them underneath, so then I see y minus minus. So this is y plus 1/3 equals 1/3 and x minus 2. Yes, we have to distribute 1/3 to x minus 1 over 3 times 2 over 1 obviously is 2/3. But then I have to bring this from the left, which is positive now. It will be negative on the other side. So then y equals 1/3 x minus 2 minus 1. So minus 2 minus 1 is -3. Divided by 3 will be -1. This is the equation of the line passing through the given points. So if you'd like to upload this, I'd like to see this in writing, please. And then I would like to look at a word problem.
You said take a picture, right?
Yes, not from my notes, from your notes,
Right. Okay.
please, and upload that.
I have a question about that one.
Yes.
How did you subtracted, you had negative 2/3 minus 1/3. How did you get the -1 for B?
Because the least common denominator is 3, is the same, and -2 minus 1 is -3, and -3 divided by 3 is -1. Is that okay?
Ma'am,
So-
can we go back to notes for a moment, please?
I'm sorry?
Can we go back to notes for a moment, please?
I'm just hoping that you're not going to just upload this. I want to see what you've been writing so far, right?
Right.
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead, Mallory.
Oh, because negative would be like plus a negative, so it'd be -3 it's -1. There we go. I'm sorry, I'm slow tonight.
No worries. Quite all right. So let's,
So just put it in today's upload.
yes, please. And we'll have,
I'm still not finished yet. Just a moment, please.
and we'll have more. Okay, I'm looking for a word problem with this so we can continue.
Wait, I'm sorry. You just want us to upload what you have on your screen right now, or
No,
everything?
not what I have on the screen, what you have in your notes.
All right. Do you want all the pages or just one?
Just one page, one
One page,
upload.
okay.
Just the problem we went over.
What you have in your notes prior to that, if it's on the same page. So I can correct if there is any error in copying. And I think there was another chat. Was it for me? Okay.
Manuel wants to write down, I guess, the note.
I'm sorry?
In the chat, Manuel said he wants to write
Yes, I
down.
already saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. But I will send what I have on my screen. The things about the slope and everything, I think I don't have any problem with that. But I'll send my notes. Thank you.
I just want to make sure that my students can follow and they copy correctly and they pay attention. That's all. Because sometimes you may think that you understand and you took correct notes, but it's not entirely correct. So that's why I want to make sure. Okay, so the stopping distance. And let me tell you the page number, 47. So stopping distance on glare ice. The stopping distance at some fixed speed of regular tires on glare ice is a linear function of the air temperature F. So distance function of air temperature is, according to this model, 2 times F plus 115. It's the stopping distance in feet. I'm taking notes. When the air temperature F is in degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, so F degrees Fahrenheit, fine. Find D of 0 in part A. Zero, -20, 10, and 32. Interpret the meaning of the slope in the context of this problem. Okay, we're going to get to part. Yes, the answer is yes. To Simone, yes. Okay, so we're going to enter the function as is, and we're going to, in the calculator, and then after that, we're going to enter the x values. So I'm going to share my screen again and go to the calculator this time. In y equals, clear whatever you had, and just put in 2x plus 115 and just go to second table, and we enter 0, -20, and then 10, and then 32, and I will put them in the table. So 115, obviously, 75, 135, and 179. Are you with me? Is that okay? Everything okay? Everyone?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.